With the first pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards from the University of Georgia.
The Timberwolves picking Anthony Edwards wasn't a surprise to me. I had a feeling he was going to go number one. I think this was a great pick. Anthony proved he could score the basketball in college, and he has all the physical tools to help him produce right away. They could have picked LaMelo, but I think Anthony Edwards was a better fit for the Timberwolves. He wasn't too efficient in college, only shooting 40% from the field, but that was mainly because of his shot selection. He took a lot of contested threes, which led him to shoot only 29% from three on almost 8 attempts per game. But from inside the arc, he shot 49% from the field. I can't wait to see how him and D'Angelo Russell is going to look like in the backcourt.
The second pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select James Wiseman from the University of Memphis.
The Warriors getting James Wiseman was a great pick for them. They needed a big man, and I think he's going to be one of the best bigs and players in this draft. He only played 3 games in college, but in those 3 games he dominated. He averaged nearly 20 points and 10 boards while shooting 77% from the field. He has an NBA body already, he can run the floor, and he can stretch the floor out a little with his shooting. I expect him to help the Warriors right away. Hopefully Klay's injury isn't too serious too. It broke my heart hearing that he got injured again. Injuries is the worst thing in sports. If the Warriors want a chance to win in the finals this season, they definitely gonna need him back.
With the third pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select LaMelo Ball from Chino Hills, California.
The Hornets getting LaMelo was a great pick. He's going into a situation where he's going to play right away, so he's going to be able to play his game and grow. He has a good feel for the game, and I know he's going to get a lot of assists because of his passing ability. I wonder who they're going to bench though out of Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. Both of them played solid last season. If I had to guess though, they're probably going to have Terry Rozier come off the bench. It's also going to be funny seeing LeVar Ball and Michael Jordan coexist. LeVar had a lot to say about him in the past.
No. Like, you don't really think you can beat MJ?
Stop it.
Michael Jordan, who is the
You just remember his name and he from Chicago. One-on-one, I would kill him in my heyday. I'm too big and too strong. Murder him.
Y'all get your boy out.
Murder him.
In your prime, you said you could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. Is that just, are you?
No, you know it's real too. He's too small. He's too little. If you're weighing 210 pounds,
right?
We playing one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know I'm undefeated one-on-one.
With the fourth pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Patrick Williams from Florida State University.
No disrespect to Patrick Williams, but I want to know what the hell was the Bulls thinking when they drafted him with the 4th pick. I couldn't believe it. I'm not saying he's not going to have a good career, I just feel like there was better players available. In college, he averaged 9 points and 4 boards, shooting 46% from the field, 32% from 3, and 83% from the line in 22 minutes a game. He did also average 1 block and 1 steal as well, which is amazing for those minutes. Defense is definitely the best part of his game right now. Hopefully he can make an impact on the Bulls because they definitely need it.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Isaac Okoro from Auburn University.
Cleveland taking Isaac Okoro wasn't too bad of a pick, but I feel like there were better players available. Like Patrick Williams, he has a limited offensive game. He can't really shoot it like that, and he isn't really a good playmaker yet, but his defense is amazing. He's a player who has the ability to guard 1 through 5. If he continues to work hard, he could become a much better offensive player later on in his career.
With the 6th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Onyeka Okongwu from the University of Southern California.
The Hawks taking Onyeka Okongwu was kind of weird to me. I think he's one of the best bigs in the draft, but they just traded for Clint Capella and already have John Collins, so I thought they would take a guard or a forward. Regardless though, this is a great pick still. He may end up being the best big in this draft. He reminds me a lot of Bam Adebayo. If he can become anything like him, the Hawks are going to be in great shape.
With the 7th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Killian Hayes from Lakeland, Florida.
The Pistons getting Killian Hayes was a good pickup. He's an efficient guard that has a great feel for the game and experience playing against grown men in Germany. I know someone who played in that league, and trust me when I tell you it's not sweet at all. A lot of people are saying they see D'Angelo Russell in him, and I see why. They both have very similar games. He should be able to come in right away and play big minutes, so I can't wait to see how he does.
With the 8th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Obi Toppin from Dayton University.
I was so glad the Knicks took Obi Toppin. I think he's the most slept on player in this draft. He was the best player in college, and people rarely spoke about him being the number 1 pick. Not too many players can average 20 points while shooting 63% from the field. But what surprised me most about him was his shooting ability. He shot nearly 40% from 3 while making 1 a game. People talk about his defense too, but it's not that bad. He was one of the few players in college to average at least 1 steal and 1 block as well. Mark my words, teams are going to regret passing up on him.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Deni Avdija from Herzliya, Israel.
A lot of people saying the Wizards picking up Deni was a steal too. He became the highest selected Israeli player in NBA draft history. I ain't get to watch too much of his game, but I think he can end up being a solid player in the league. He has all the tools to be great. I've been hearing people say he could possibly be just as good as Luka, but I don't know about that though. But only time will tell the player he becomes.
With the 10th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Jalen Smith from the University of Maryland.
The Suns getting Jalen Smith was shocking because I didn't know he was going to get picked in the top 10. This was a good pick though in my opinion. He was one of the most solid bigs in college. He averaged 15.5 points, 10 boards, and 2.4 blocks in his sophomore season at Maryland. He's also able to space the floor. He shot nearly 37% from 3 on 1 make a game. I think he's going to be a solid player for the Suns off the bench in his first year.
With the 11th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Devin Vassell from Florida State University.
Devin Vassell to the Spurs was a great pick. He's one of my favorite players in this year's draft. Not only is he a great shooter, but he's also a great defender. He shot 41% from 3 while also averaging 1 block and 1 steal. I can definitely see him being a solid 3-and-D player for many years in this league. He's definitely going to help the Spurs go back to the playoffs this upcoming season.
With the 12th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State University.
The Kings getting Tyrese Halliburton was a steal in my opinion. He's one of the best point guards in this draft and probably has the highest IQ. Because of his versatility, he's going to be able to play alongside De'Aaron Fox or Buddy Hield. Although his jumper is kind of unorthodox, he's also one of the best shooters in this year's draft. I think many teams are going to regret passing up on him.
13th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Kira Lewis Jr. from the University of Alabama.
Kira Lewis was a great pickup for the Pelicans. He averaged 18.5 points and 5 assists in just his sophomore year. He has De'Aaron Fox type speed, and he also has decent size for a point guard at 6'3". It's going to be hard for him to get minutes right now though, since they have Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe, and George Hill. But if they end up moving one of them, I think he's going to be able to contribute right away.
With the 14th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Aaron Nesmith from Vanderbilt University.
The Celtics getting Aaron Nesmith was an excellent pick. I'm glad he was a lottery pick. He's the best shooter in this draft, and he's probably the best scorer in my opinion. He averaged 23 points and 5 boards, and he was extremely efficient, shooting 51% from the field, 52% from 3, making 4 threes a game, and shot 82% from the line. These numbers aren't normal at all. I know he only played 14 games, but that's low-key a lot. It's going to be hard for him to get minutes on that team, but however long he plays, I know he's going to produce. But let me know what y'all think about the lottery picks in this year's draft in the comments though. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more vids. Peace.